Hi, it's Helen from Nurturing Nurses, and today I'm here to talk to you about tummy time. So, what is tummy time? So, tummy time essentially is just when your baby is placed on their stomach for a supervised period whilst being awake. So, why do we do tummy time? Why is it important? What are the benefits? So, as you'll know, when you bring your baby home from hospital, they do spend a large amount of their time sleeping. And due to SIDS recommendations and guidelines, we all know that the safest place to put our baby to sleep is on their backs. However, that doesn't mean that they can always have to be on their backs. They can be put into other positions while they're awake. So tummy time is that supervised period of time with your baby on their stomach. Now, you can actually start this from birth, and we would definitely recommend that you do. There are lots of different positions which you can do tummy time, which I'm going to move on to in a moment. But I'm going to talk to you about the reasons why we do tummy time. So going back to what I said earlier about back to sleep and SIDS recommendations, when your baby is spending a lot of time lying on their back, the back of their head here can become a little bit flat. Now, the term for that is plagiocephaly, which a lot of you might know as flat head syndrome. So by doing tummy time, we can actually reduce the instance of your baby perhaps developing that. Now, there's lots of different ways that you can do tummy time, as I said, but with a newborn, I would definitely advocate that you start this from birth because it can take babies a little while to get used to tummy time and actually grow to enjoy tummy time. So you can place your baby on your chest, skin to skin, whilst you're still in the hospital, and that actually is tummy time. Now with newborns, they actually only need about 1 to 2 minutes in a session of tummy time. So you will find that when you first start doing tummy time, particularly if you're putting them down on the floor, on a changing mat, or on a towel, or just on the carpet, that they may object quite quickly to being put into that position. And that's perfectly normal. Even if they get 30 seconds in that position, you can aim to build up from there. If your baby does get upset in that position, then please do lift them up and give them a cuddle and try it again later. You've got the perfect opportunity with newborns because you're having them down on a floor, perhaps on a changing mat, regularly to change their nappy. So I would definitely suggest each time that you've got them down there to do a nappy change, just pop them over on their tummy for a short time, see how they go. So tummy time actually strengthens your baby's neck, shoulders, arms, and hands. And the focus of tummy time is to be able to progress your baby from lying flat on their back into a tummy position, being able to just raise themselves up off the floor. And the next stage from there is moving on to crawling and then walking. So that is the main focus. Now, as your baby grows and develops, the aim of tummy time is to get to about 10 to 15 minutes 3 times a day by the time your baby's around 4 months, and that's usually quite achievable. Now, how long do you need to continue doing tummy time? Now, that's a really good question. So again, we would suggest probably till around about 5 to 6 months, because at that point you're going to see that your baby is starting to push themselves up into that crawling position. They might already be off around the floor. So once they're at that point, they will do their own tummy time. Now, when your baby is a few months old, you can add a bit of fun into tummy time, make it a little bit more interesting for them. Now, babies like to look at anything that's brightly colored. They love to look at faces. So some ideas, if you have got them down on the floor, perhaps on a changing mat, pop a little mirror in front of them. They'll be very amused by their own face. They will prefer your face. So it would be a good idea if they're on their tummy and they're perhaps looking to this side, come at this side of them, talk to them. You could gently shake a rattle. That will make them turn. All of this is strengthening all of those muscles. Other things that babies like is different sort of sensory experiences. So take it outside. Take your baby outside, put them down on the grass, let them feel the different textures, put them onto a carpet, a wood floor, sand. If you're at the beach on a nice summer's day, all of those different things will keep your baby enjoying tummy time, which is exactly what they want them to do. I've even seen people now, when I've been out and about with their babies in a prone position in a stroller. It actually looks very cute when they come past. You don't need to do it for long, but as your baby, is lifting their head at a couple of months old and looking around, they just get a whole different view of the world. They get to see what you see instead of lying flat on their back in their pram or stroller when they're going around. So that's another really, really good thing that you can do for tummy time. Now then, I'm just going to demonstrate a couple of different positions that we talked about there earlier. So this one is what I call tummy to tummy. So baby is on my tummy, nicely lying on your sofa at home. You can hold your baby's head. You can turn your baby's head if you want them to look at different things. And this will give them the opportunity to start lifting their head and look up towards you. Now, moving on from this one, we have chest to chest, which you can do in clothing, or you can do completely skin to skin. This one's really, really nice in that newborn stage. So you're just actually coming up a little bit further up to your chest here and holding onto your baby's back there. And we can do tummy time in this position. And again, baby will be moving around, particularly if they're hungry and you're breastfeeding, they'll be starting to move around, which is great. That gets them some head control and some movement. And this one is lovely for premature babies and term babies. And if you want to, you can be more upright, sit more upright in a chair or perhaps a recliner, and that will work too. Now, the other way that I suggested that you can do tummy time is across your lap and just sort of over towards your knees. And again, your baby can be facing out or they can be facing in. And that's something that they may do themselves. They may start to lift their head. Another little tip that you can use while you're here as well, if baby's arms are down and you might find that they're trying to bring them up, help them. Pop their arms up and then they will use their hands to push down on your legs, and that will help them start to lift their head. So this is another really, really nice way that you can do tummy time. Now, another way that your baby can do tummy time is on the floor. Now, this can be on a blanket, on the carpet, on a changing mat. Now, we wouldn't recommend that you do this straight after a feed, placing your baby straight down on the tummy. If you are going to do that, then expect that they might have a little bit of a spit up being put straight down onto their tummy. But babies will eventually start to bring, as I said, their hands up to their face. Sometimes they get a little bit stuck there. So something that you can do is just pop a little roll in at the front here and bring their hands forward over the roll. And again, that will encourage them to start lifting their head. And what often comes next over the sort of coming months, they'll start to push up, they'll start to look around to the right and to the left. And then what you'll see start happening is their knees will start to come forward and they'll start to do that little baby rocking motion. And that is the first point that they will get to before they start crawling themselves around the floor, which is very exciting. Now remember, make this fun. As I suggested before, babies love mirrors. They love to look at themselves in the mirrors. So this is going to make them want to look up if they think that they can see themselves in the mirror. Put their little toys, anything that they show interest in, or you can actually sit yourself in front of them so that they can see you because you're their most favorite person and you're the thing that they want to look at the most. So as you can see, there are so many different ways that you can do tummy time, and your baby will grow to love it because it's the one thing that gets them mobile, and we know that that is the thing that they are all aiming to do. So if you have enjoyed this video, then please, we would love it if you would like, share and subscribe to our channel so that you can see any further videos and you can also help our channel to grow. Thank you.